What's up YouTube, and welcome to another Procreate Dreams tutorial, where today I'm going to show you how you can create this awesome pop text effect using a few different assets that I've provided for you. So you'll just need to go ahead and grab the images that I provided in the description down below, save them to your photos on your device, and then you'll have everything you need in order to create this awesome effect using Procreate Dreams. Now, I do actually have a playlist of Procreate Dreams tutorials on my channel, so if you'd like to crack on with any more after this, I'll leave a link to that at the very end of the video. As always, a massive thank you to all of my supporters over on Patreon. I'll throw up the latest 3 tutorials that I've been posting over there using Procreate on the screen now. So with all that said, enjoy today's tutorial and let's get started. So we're going to go ahead and create a 2K square for our movie. So we'll tap on here just to make sure it's 2K. And once you've got the square, just hit empty and then we'll go through to our canvas. Now, with our stage up top, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started by creating 8 tracks. So we're going to hit the plus, we're going to hit track, we're going to hit plus and hit track and continue until we add 8 tracks. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to go ahead and you can zoom out. You can go ahead and use 3 fingers up and down if you want to see more of your tracks, but we're going to go ahead and move towards the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to tap here on the dream file. We're going to tap on the name here. We're going to go to the properties and we're going to change the duration here to 4 seconds and then tap away. And then I'm also going to go ahead and set the timeline, should I say, to the option of loop and hit done. Now our little sort of area here where we can add content to on our tracks has been made smaller. And so making sure that we're in our tracks and we're right at the very bottom of them, you can zoom in and out. You want to be on the very bottom track here with your playhead. We're going to go ahead and go to the drawing option here. We're going to go to our colors. We're going to go to the value tab and we're going to enter this code here in the hexadecimal field, CC01FE. And then you can just go ahead and drag that color onto the screen here inside the frame of our design. And you'll see that this area now is completely filled with purple. Let's now move on and add in all the assets. So we're going to make sure our playhead's at the beginning of the next track up. We're going to go to the add and we're going to insert a photo. And I've got a folder here with all of the images. We're going to grab this one here with the horizontal lines of the word pop and hit add. And then that will add that onto that track. We're going to move up a track again, hit the option of add and go to the option of photo. We're going to enter the black pop and hit add. We'll move up a track again. So we're just going to get all of them in place. We're going to hit add, go to photos. We're going to grab the yellow one next and hit add. We're then going to go up a track again. We're going to hit the option of add and photos. We're going to add in the purple version and hit add. And then we've got 2 more to go. We're going to go up again. On the next track up, we'll hit the option of add and photos. And we're going to go ahead and add in the dots this time and hit add. And then again, we're going to go ahead and move up a track once more, hit the option of add and go to the option of photos. And again, we're going to grab the white outline and hit add. So now we've got all of our tracks in play. We can now go ahead and start to adjust these and make the changes we want. Now we're going to keep it really simple. We're going to go ahead and our purple one is essentially the same as the background. It's just going to be our sort of base layer. It's going to be the middle out of all of these layers. Everything underneath it is going to get further away. Everything in front of it is going to get a little bit closer. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to move down to the yellow layer here. We're going to zoom in on it. We're going to use our playhead here. We're going to tap on it and use the option of move. And we're going to go to move and scale. Now we'll always add a little keyframe at the beginning. And then what we need to do is we're going to drag to the 3-second mark. And you can see just above here, it says 3 seconds. I've got a little red line. That lets me know where I am. I want to tap. And I'm also going to drag to 4 seconds at the very end and tap. So then we'll go back to the 3-second one. And we're essentially going to leave this one as normal, this one as normal, i.e. where it is now. And then this one here, we're going to make the changes to. So if we go ahead and we go up into the top area here, up into our stage, we're going to go ahead and drag the yellow down. And what we're going to constantly be looking for is this corner here of the P and how it runs through. Imagine a line going from exactly that point to exactly that point. Is it going to continuously run in a straight line if we have multiple layers? So that will be made more of into sort of practicality as we go through this. So let's go ahead and we've moved it down, we're also going to scale it down in size just a little bit with that node in the top left. And again, just move it off to the right hand side and a little bit further down. Later on in the tutorial, you'll probably want to make adjustments to this and adjust the whole animation, but we're going to just move it down a little bit more, a little bit down towards here, bit of a sharp angle here. Then we're going to go ahead and take a look at our tracks. We're going to go to the black one underneath. Now, one thing you can do is if we drag to the 3-second mark here, we tap on the playhead and go to the option of action and move and scale, it will add the one at the beginning for us and one at the point where we are on the track. So I've done 2 in 1 there, and I can drag to 4 seconds and add the final one. If we then move to the 3-second one, we're going to go ahead and move this down. We've now got the black layer. We're going to scale it down in size a little bit more than what we did with the yellow. And again, we're looking for this corner here. Would a line run perfectly through these items here? And on the left hand side, you'll see then you get a little bit more of an exaggerated sort of angle. Let's move down again and repeat. So we're going to go down to the sort of horizontal lines. We're going to go to the 3-second mark. We're going to tap on our action head and we're going to go to move and scale. And we'll also drag to the very end and add another keyframe. If we go back here to the 3-second mark, we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to scale it down in size a little bit. We'll move it down towards the bottom right. And again, we're looking for as if we were to run a line through all of those corners there, would it naturally touch every single one? And I think we've just about nailed it. The only thing is when we zoom out, we've not got a lot of verticality to this. So at this point, because I'm at the very bottom, I can now sort of adjust the animation how I want. So I'm going to move this one a little bit further down. I'm then going to move up to the black layer and grab that 3-second mark keyframe and now just make the adjustments. So with animation, I specifically feel like you can spend a lot of time adapting things afterwards. So now what I've done is we've got a line pretty much running through there, but the lines at the bottom tend to get a little bit further away. And then this one here is getting a little bit further away than the yellow. And so the gap here between the different layers is slightly larger every single time. So let's then start to move to the layers that are above the purple. So we're going to go ahead and scroll up in our tracks. We've got our purple layer here. We're going to go to the dots. We're going to repeat the same process. If we get our playhead here at the 3-second mark, and we go ahead and we tap to add an action of move and scale. We've done the 2 in 1. We'll go to the 4-second mark and add another keyframe. We'll go back to the 3-second mark. And we're going to go ahead and drag this upwards. Now this one's going to be a little bit more tricky for you because it doesn't have an outline to it. So you're just going to have to take a look at the shape. And I'm always kind of gauging it off of this curve here. That's the same curve as the P here. So we're going to try and sort of gauge it from there. And we're going to make sure we tap on it and we make it a little bit larger. So we're going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to move it up here a little bit higher. I want that verticality to the animation. And then we're going to move up to the white lines. So we're going to go up to them. 3-second mark, tap on your playhead here on the white lines and hit move and scale. And again, add one at the 4-second mark. We're going to go ahead and drag that up. Now we need to make sure we're on the 3-second one. We're going to go ahead and drag that up. We're going to make it a little bit bigger again. We want this to be the biggest version of the word. And it's going to be even larger than that, probably right at the top. And again, you're kind of looking for that line running through all those corners. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to hold down on all of these individual tracks underneath for the move and scale. Hold down and set the easing here to ease in and out. Then zoom and move back down and go to all of the ones that have got the move and scale and just hold down on it. Set the easing as ease in and out. And then we'll go down to the yellow one. We'll do the same here. Set as ease in and out. Go down to the black one here. Set all easing as ease in and out. And repeat for the final one. Set all easing as ease in and out. So let's now go ahead and zoom out so we can see our timeline. Let's just hit play. And look how cool that looks. You've got a wicked animation already. You could leave it at this stage if you wanted to. But I've got a couple of things. We're going to adjust the angles. We're going to distort the text to make it look like it has a bit more of an angle to it. And we're going to add some different color variations and whatnot to the different layers. So let's go ahead and add in those distort options. So we're going to go ahead and you can start at the bottom or you can start at the top. I'm going to go ahead and start at the very top. So we've got the white outline of our text. We're going to hold down on the text itself, and again at the 3-second mark we're going to tap on our playhead here. We're going to go ahead and add another action, and we're going to go to the option of distort this time. Again, it's going to add one at the beginning and it's going to add one at the 3-second mark, and we want to add another keyframe at the 4-second. If we go to the 3-second mark, we can now go ahead and make some adjustments to this, making it have a bit more sort of angle and perspective to it. So if we tap on it, we're going to go ahead and drag the top right node out a little bit. We'll drag the bottom left node out a little bit, and already you'll get a little bit more of an angle to it. And you can then drag the bottom right node out a little bit as well. So you can really exaggerate this. You can have some real fun just really dragging those corners out. And if we hit play a little bit, you can see it goes from a flat shape then, and it just starts to pivot a little bit more, just sort of face us. And again, you could probably get away with exaggerating that a bit more. You could really drag that out, make that a little bit bigger, drag the bottom left node out as well, just to create some angle. And then you want to take a look at the shape you've created. You've essentially got the point in the top left in the same position. The one in the bottom left has been dragged out to the bottom left, and the one in the top right has been pushed right out as well. And we made a bit of an adjustment to this one, dragging it down a little bit. What we want to do is we want to factor those exact same results onto the layer down below. So we're going to go ahead and go to the dot version of the pop. Again, we're going to tap on the actual layer here until we get our action head. At the 3-second mark, we'll tap to add an move and a distort. It's added one at the beginning, it's added one at 3 seconds, and then we'll go ahead and add one at the end. We'll go to distort at the 3-second mark, and we're going to make those same adjustments. So we're going to go ahead and drag that out in the top right, but we're going to just make them a little bit less than what we did above. So you kind of want the top layer to be the most exaggerate, the most flamboyant sort of version, and then the one underneath is just going to be a little bit sort of more facing us, a little bit sort of normal. So if we hit play, you can now see that we get a little bit more of a fun angle. Look at how that pop just really reaches out towards us and just pivots its angle. Let's then go ahead and move down. Now this is the only adjustment we're going to make to the purple layer. We're going to repeat. We're going to go to the 3-second mark. We're going to tap on our action head and go to the option of move, and we're going to go to distort. And again, we're going to drag to the 4-second mark, and we're going to add another distort. The ones that we add at the end is just restoring it back to its normal position. Again, we're going to go to the 3-second one, and we're going to make this same sort of adjustments. So again, out on the top right a little bit, downwards a bit more on the bottom right, and then we should be able to sort of just match up to that kind of aesthetic. Now, it's not critical that it's actually sort of perfect. You can get away with quite a bit because the animation happens quite so quickly. You can't really see any sort of minor sort of things that you need to adjust. You may see them towards the end yourself, but as we're making our way through this, let's just try and sort of match up to what we did at that top layer, and then from there we can make some adjustments afterwards. We'll go down to the yellow version. We'll go ahead and again, 3-second mark on the actual track, we'll tap here to add a action of distort, and again we'll add one at the 4-second mark. If we go back to the 3-second mark and we go ahead and repeat, drag out that top right, drag down the bottom right, and drag out the one on the bottom left, you get that really cool perspective look to it. We'll move down, we'll do it on the black layer as well. 3-second mark on the track, tap on it, add a move of distort, and again add one at 4 seconds. And again, go back to the 3-second mark and just drag out that top right node, bottom left node, and then the bottom right one you may want to just bring out a little bit. And we'll move down to the very bottom here. Again, the lines here for the final pop at 3 seconds, we'll tap to add a move of distort. And again, drag one to the end at the 4-second mark. If you go back to the 3-second mark and we go ahead and repeat, we'll drag that out, and also drag the one in the bottom right as well. May want to just exaggerate that one a bit more. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drag all the way to the beginning, and we're going to hit play. And look how that angle now has really changed. It really sort of, this P here really reaches out towards us, and we get that awesome change in the perspective. How cool is that? Now let's add in 2 little effects that we're going to change. We're going to go to the yellow one here. what we're going to do is we're going to add a new action that we've not done yet. So again, at the 3-second mark, we're going to simply tap to add a new action, but we're not going to go to move. We're going to go to the option of filter. We're going to go to hue, saturation, and brightness. It will add a play little keyframe here, of course, at the 3-second mark, and we're also going to drag to the 4-second mark. Now, I'm going to catch you off guard here. We're going to leave the 3-second one exactly as it is. We're going to adjust the 0 and the 4-second marks. So we're going to tap here for the hue, saturation, and brightness, and we're going to bring the hue down to the 100 mark here, or thereabouts, it's fine. If we go to the 0-second mark here, and we tap on it, and we add the hue as well to the 100 mark, or there again abouts. If we zoom out and we take a look at our timeline, what's going to happen now is, between now and the point in which the pop is fully revealed and all the layers, it's going to go from like a bit of a pink to the yellow. So it transitions in the colors. You can see that little bit of a change in the color there as it makes its way from the pink sort of all the way through to the yellow, which looks cool. It's just another little minor change we can make. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to grab the white layer here. Now I made you make another track above. Let me zoom in for you. I made you make another track above. What we're going to do is we're going to hold down on this white outline layer, and we're going to go to the option of copy. We're going to drag our playhead up onto the empty track above. We're going to simply hold down and we're going to go to the option of paste. It will paste in the layer plus all of the little sort of keyframes that we made, and as long as you drag it by holding down on it and dragging it into position, you won't see any change at all because it's literally mimicking the one underneath. However, of course, we've got another little effect to make. So we're going to go to that 3-second mark again on the track itself. We're going to add a new action and a filter. We're going to change that filter to the option of Gaussian blur. And at this point here, we want to add in, at the 3-second mark, we're going to add in a 4% Gaussian blur. We're then going to go ahead and drag to the 4-second mark, add another Gaussian blur, and then bring that down to 0. So it goes from 0 at the beginning to 4, and then it's going to go down to 0 again. So again, when it reaches its largest, we're making some cool changes to it. Now, what we're also going to do is we're going to hold down on this layer here, the top white outline. We're going to change the blend mode. We're going to change it from normal, and we're going to change it to the option of add. Now, what that will do is that will punch the colors out and almost make that look like a bit of a neon sign. So let's hit play and check out the difference. When we get to the very top, you get this awesome neon kind of effect and the glow on top of the text. How cool is that? And if we then go ahead and go full screen with 4, that is the end of today's Procreate Dreams tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed another Dreams tutorial. Let me know in the comments down below if you'd like some more. And of course, make sure to tag me in your finished creations over on Instagram. Make sure to come and join the community over on Discord and come and share your finished results with the rest of the community. And as always, a massive shout out to my supporters over on Patreon who help make these videos possible. Patrons get access to 3 brand new and exclusive tutorials using Procreate every single month. And they get added to the catalogue, and the catalogue sits at nearly 90 at the time of recording. You can get your name featured in videos, get sneak peeks, early access, and much more. So hit the link in the description down below and come and show your support. And if you like this Procreate Dreams tutorial, you'll probably like this one on the screen now. I have a playlist as well with all of my Procreate Dreams tutorials, so you can go ahead and check out all of those. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.